Good to see you too. We could soon be not living in the same state, apparently.
Yeah, that's true. You'd be in what do they call it? The new California, and I'd be in Southern California. Listen,
yeah.
Alicia, am I wrong about this? I mean, if we split California into 3 or 6 or however many these separatist people want to split California into, wouldn't this just create more liberal senators in the federal Congress, in the U.S. Senate?
Yeah, it would. And I mean, anything, even if this does pass, which I don't think it will, polling shows that people are not fans of this. I actually have mixed feelings on it. The biggest negative to me is what you just pointed out in my intro. It's very accurate. It's very likely that we would end up with 6 very liberal senators, which would tip the balance and make it very difficult for Republicans to win the Senate majority in the near future, if ever again, because we already have, Democrats that are guaranteed every single time 2 very left-leaning senators from the state. But where there is hope, or where I am wondering if this solution would work. Now, reminder to your viewers, if this were to pass on the November ballot here in the state of California in our next statewide election, it still has to be approved by Congress because new states just can't be created. There's a little thing in the Constitution that talks about how it does have to be approved by Congress. But I feel like there is potential hope here because there are, especially in rural and southern parts of California, lots of districts that on the congressional and the assembly level in our state are pretty competitive. And I think that the Republican Party here has done a really shoddy job of reaching out to those middle-class voters, the few that do remain, small business owners, even some teachers that are disenfranchised with the unions here, as we've seen with the Friedrichs versus the state of California teachers unions cases in the past. And I think that it would give the Republican Party and conservatives and libertarians an opportunity in the state to target more districts and really turn voters to our side. And I think that maybe even some people that are middle, center, or left-leaning would recognize the overly powerful and pervasive effect that big government has in their lives, and maybe that would turn them conservative too. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at things through rose-colored glasses.
Well, Republicans should be targeting voters based on everything that you just said anyway, right? They shouldn't be neglecting the conservative voters. I mean, especially with all this backlash against the sanctuary state policies that went into effect in California. Yep. I mean, Republicans, with all due respect to the Republican Party, have done a terrible job of actually targeting voters, encouraging voters to vote Republican based on the issues that people care about, rather than trying to convince voters to care about the issues that the party cares about. That's been the disconnect between the party and the voters. California is a perfect example of that because, I mean, we've seen it just in counties, in Orange County, in Los Alamitos, all of these different counties up and down sort of Southern California, but mid-California, whose city councilors are saying, listen, our people don't want this sanctuary state policy. It's hurting us. But the National Republican Party does very little, I think, to exploit that discontent.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.